The most financially secure person you know probably doesn't look like it. There's a house in every neighborhood, the one that hasn't been renovated in a decade, the one with the modest car in the driveway, the one where nothing flashy ever happens. For years, people walk past it assuming the owners are just getting by. Then one day, they retire at 55 with no debt, a paid-off house, and more quietly invested than the family down the street who redid their kitchen 3 times. We've built an entire culture around visible success. Nice car, new phone, weekend trips on Instagram. And the problem isn't that people want nice things, it's that we've started confusing the appearance of wealth with wealth itself. They're not the same thing. They are, in fact, often opposites. The person performing wealth and the person building it are playing two completely different games. There's a concept personal finance people love to cite from The Millionaire Next Door, the idea that most real millionaires don't live like millionaires. They drive used cars. They live in houses they could have upgraded years ago. They don't lease. They don't wear logos. And the reason isn't that they're cheap or unhappy. It's that they made a quiet decision early on. I'm not going to spend money to impress people I don't even like. Living below your means sounds like sacrifice. It sounds like settling. But reframe it for a second. What you're actually doing is creating a gap between what you earn and what you spend. And that gap is the engine. Every dollar in that gap becomes something you control instead of something that controls you. Most people never build the gap because they're too busy filling the space as fast as it opens. The hard part isn't the math. The math is simple, spend less than you make. The hard part is the social pressure that never stops. Your friend gets a new car and suddenly your paid-off one feels embarrassing. Your coworker takes a lavish vacation and suddenly your modest trip feels small. We are constantly surrounded by signals that tell us we're falling behind. Most of those signals are carefully engineered to sell us something, and we absorb them without noticing. Here's what changes when you actually commit to this. You stop making decisions from fear. When you have a real cushion, a job you hate becomes one you can leave. A car repair is annoying, not catastrophic. A slow month at work doesn't spiral into panic. The gap you create isn't just financial, it becomes psychological breathing room. It becomes options. And options are the thing money is supposed to buy, not stuff. The wealthy people who stay wealthy, not the ones who blow up after a big year, but the ones who build something durable, they all share this. Not a specific investment strategy, not a hot stock pick, not a side hustle that went viral. They spend less than they earn consistently for a long time. That's it. That's the whole secret nobody wants to hear because it doesn't sound exciting enough to sell a course around. And here's the counterintuitive part. When you stop spending to perform status, you often end up with more of what actually makes you happy. More time because you're not working extra hours to fund a lifestyle you don't love. More freedom because you're not locked into payments that follow you from month to month. More clarity because your financial life isn't a permanent juggling act. The people who look like they're missing out from the outside often aren't missing anything at all. The old car in the driveway isn't a sign of defeat. For a lot of people, it's a deliberate, thought-through choice. A quiet signal to themselves that says, I know what I'm building, and I'm not going to let the noise interrupt it. Living below your means isn't about living small, it's about building something real underneath the surface, where nobody can see it but you. Start with the gap, protect the gap. Let time do the work. If this resonated, hit subscribe. There's a lot more where this came from, and I think you'll like where we're going.